Chapter 1 Cultivation Master, Prologue. You are listening at FameTV.info. Start. 6:01 p.m. 10/10/2019 End. 8:33 p.m. 10/21/19 Published. 8:33 p.m. 10/21/19 Different version edited. Done. Prologue. Oh my God. Someone call the police. He can hear a nearby woman screamed, his vision blurry, the lights flash by his eyes one by one with different colors and many loud noises. He slips in and out of conscience. Is he breathing? Sir, can you hear us? Stay with us. Another woman's voice called out to him. He wanted to answer her, but yet his voice didn't let him. Again his eyes heavy, and slowly, they closed themselves on him, and he back slips in and out of conscience. A few minutes had passed, he no longer can feel his body anymore, and everything was just completely black, but yet he felt like holding on to that small thin line of life within. All he could see is darkness, but he could still hear the people around him, speaking, yelling, and giving out orders. He can listen to the beating sounds of his own heart, the sharp pain that shot through his whole body, and the last sound of heart monitor beep before everything entirely disappeared. He was floating. It was like he was floating in the water and moving down the flowing river to the end of the creek. He couldn't hear anything, he couldn't feel anything, and he couldn't seem to open his eyes. It was like his control over his own body had disappeared. Ah, so this is how death feels like. No control over your collection and just floating forever in the void of emptiness. When he joked about dying, he didn't think he would get pushed into the street as a truck run by and swings him about 10 million feet away. That's a lie, but yeah. Though before he died, he caught sight of his killer's eyes, and they weren't the nicest to look at all. One filled with raging anger and swelling pain dancing inside of them. Ah, somehow, he knows why those eyes looked at him that way even if he didn't know who that person was, because it's not the first time someone looked at him with those eyes. Though he wished he didn't have to see sights though, because they're so painful to watch at, and he knows that they'll forever haunt him. Maybe that's why they showed him those emotions, for him to pay for the crimes he has caused and the pain that will forever stay within those people's hearts. The voices spoke all around him. Young Master Kong Xiufeng is awake. Go tell sect leader Kong. Fong is awake. Hearing footsteps running around, he slowly opened his eyes to the blinding light of the daytime and the chippering of birds singing outside. Slowly he tries to sit up but fails until a hand helps him sit up to the bedhead and then handed a cup of water in front of him, to which he didn't complain much and took a drink of it. After the person took the cup away from him, he then finally was able to adjust his vision to his surroundings, and the first thing he noticed that the bed he is laying on looked very ancient. He looked to the person to his right. A young-looking girl looked at him with innocent round eyes that were filled with tears in them. From his view, she had soft skin that was very clear, and her cheek was a taint of light pink, same with her nose too. Her bright brown eyes shined in the sunlight that came through the hexagon-shaped window, and her hair styled beautifully upon her head as the rest of it fall to her waist. She wore a light blue and white Chi Xiong Ruchuan, clothing with matching accessories on her hair and hands. She smiled at him softly. Older brother, are you feeling okay? She asked him, and he wondered who she was to call him an older brother. This whole thing is confusing to him. Where was he? What is this place? Who is she? And the hell is going on here? Did he hit his head somewhere? Oh, wait, he did, because he died. Or did he? Maybe his death was just a dream, and this is some setup made by someone as a prank on him. But who would do that to him? Because that's just pretty mess up, and besides he barely has any friends. To be exact, he has no friends whatsoever. So a staged prank isn't going to work. He looked at the girl who waited patiently for him to answer her. He lightly gave her an awkward smile. Who are you? His voice was dry and cracked up that it made him cringe on the inside. Even after drink that water didn't help him. Oh. Older brother doesn't remember me? She asked in a worried voice, making his heart ache in pain, because it's not like he did on purpose. he seriously doesn't know her at all. Sorry, but it seems to me that I have been sleeping for a long time, so I have forgotten a few things. What's your name? He asked carefully, trying not to hurt the poor girl's heart and his own too. Her eyes lit up bright that he was so sure the sun couldn't beat it. Don't worry, older brother, I'll help you remember. I'm Kong Shuren, your younger sister, and you're Kong Xiefeng. Kong Shuren. Kong Xiefeng. Xiefeng. Kong, fuck. He has been transported into the past of his family history. 1. Qishiong Ruchuan is a kind of traditional costumes of Hanfu. It is a unique type of women's dress in Sui and Tang dynasties. Qishiong Ruchuan is tie under the armpit. Listen to the full novel at FameTV.info, direct link in the description.